Using a double entry journal is a great two-column format for notes, especially with our organization format for Avid. So a double entry journal is a very simple tool. We draw a line down the center of our notebook paper. On the left-hand side of the line, we put things from the text, and then on the right side, we put things from our own mind. So on the left side, some examples of things that we can put from the text are a passage. So let's say I have part of a paragraph from the book I'm reading that I think is really important. I can write that down on the left-hand side in quotation marks and with a page number. I can also put a quotation. Let's say there's a sentence or part of a sentence that's really important or meaningful. I could put that on the left side as well. I can put interesting language, especially if it's very good key vocab that we need to know for the text. We can put key events, especially if they're integral to our story. We can put critical facts, especially for informational texts that are filled with different facts. The ones that are most important would be great to note here. We can put the main idea, making sure we have the importance of the article or passage or book that we're reading. A problem conflict scenario, especially for those types of texts that have a problem solution to them. And we can also put the message or theme of a story from the text on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side of our line on our notebook paper, these are all things from our mind, so not quotations or anything directly from the text. This side on the right is from us. So our reactions to the text, if something, for say, instance, it surprised us, a theory or hypothesis we have, especially for mystery type of stories, a comparison, whether it's a text to self, text to text, or text to world connection, an explanation. So, okay, here's this sentence from the text. This is what it actually means. A discussion of significance, especially if it's a class discussion about why that part of the story was so important. A discussion of reactions to the text, especially if different classmates had different reactions. And then also, especially going along with that message or theme, we can also put what we gained from it, what we learned. So, for example, if I was doing a Danger in the Desert Chapter 5 double entry journal, I have my line down the center of the paper. On the left side, I have things from the text. And then on the right side, I have things from my mind. So, for instance, I had number 1 cited from page 36. I was trying to check and see if we were in a desert wash. That is a direct quotation from the text, which is why it's in quotation marks and cited with a page number. Number 1 on the right side is my explanation of that text piece. So that's why it's not in quotations, because it's from my mind. So the explanation was the announcer made a flash flood warning. So Scott is checking to see if they're in danger. So that's an example of what ours will look like. So it's very important to me that we have research-based best practices, and this type of format for notes is especially good for students, especially good for our age demographic as well. It's an organized structure, so it's not just randomly putting dotted notes down on a piece of paper that have no format. It's very organized instead. So it's the students explaining, and therefore the students are learning. It's not just me talking at them, telling them what it is. It's the students that are having to think and explain why the text is saying certain things. Therefore, it's the students that are the ones learning, which is great. And it also gives students a better connection to their notes because they're the ones that are doing it piece by piece.